and welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely. Steve Ely, along with my co-host, Wes Cook.
You gotta get back in the swing of things, man.
I'm tired. I've been up since like 5:30.
Wolf, never fun.
No, not on your day off.
Not on your day off. Well, at least you're not getting fired that we know of.
No, I think I'm good there.
Hey, you don't want to be like Craig.
Yeah.
You get fired on your day off.
Craig, Mike McDaniels.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. Whew. Yeah, he thought he was safe after Black Monday.
I thought he was too.
So did I. I don't know what took. I guarantee it was the Harbaugh thing.
I think it was too. I agree with you.
They're like, well, if we're gonna have a chance at Harbaugh, let's go ahead and make moves.
Let's go ahead and make this move right now.
Yeah.
We'll go after Harbaugh and we'll let him choose his GM.
Yeah.
But man, a lot of stuff going down this week.
A lot of job openings I didn't expect to open.
I didn't see Harbaugh at all.
No, I never saw it. That one definitely shocked me. That's
it was just surreal, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer.
Easy.
I mean, I didn't realize his record was as good as it is.
I mean, friggin' solid.
It's like I think it's 194 and 127, which is
Is he ninth on the all-time wins list?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, whew, you go fire a future Hall of Famer.
And somebody's going to get a hell of a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, maybe it's just the restart he needs, too. Just to kind of get rejuvenated and move in a different direction. Change scenery.
So, I mean, thing can be said. I mean, look what happened with Andy Reid and his change.
Oh, yeah. I mean, after a long period of time, especially somewhere as difficult as Philly, it's probably a good thing. And, I mean, he believed in Mahomes and traded up for Mahomes, with the Bills, mind you, and got his guy. And, I mean, made more of it than anybody could imagine.
Yeah.
3 Super Bowl wins and always a contender.
3 Super Bowl wins. How many trips? 2 more?
5 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible.
No.
I mean, it's not 5-0 in the Super Bowl, but at the same time, you still got 3 sitting there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would take it all day.
Yeah.
Just to have that part of my history, it would be huge.
I mean, just change the NFL landscape.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice shift from going from the Patriots to the Chiefs, kind of. It was.
Yeah, we can hate the Patriots. Now we can change our hate over to Kansas City Chiefs, and here we are. Yeah.
And now the Chief fans are putting their Patriots jerseys back on.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're like, well, we're not in the playoffs this year. Well, know who I'm pulling for.
Yep.
Pull out that old 12 jersey and put it on.
I'm going back to the coaching stuff, though. I loved Jim's stuff about John this week. Oh, man, he's a fantastic coach. I can't wait for him to see where he lands. Hope it's in the AFC. Like, it was just like every other sentence. It'll look good in the NFC. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but he's just trying to get him off that Raiders job is what he wants. That's not where I would want to be.
I agree.
Even though the Raiders have some nice tools, they got the number 1 overall pick in the draft. They just got to figure out that quarterback situation. But anyway, a lot of openings. Stefanski, Cleveland out.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming, especially with the, I believe Sanders and him were button heads, and it just wasn't going to go very well. And they knew Sanders is likely their guy going forward, at least for the near future.
At least for next year.
Yeah, where do they finish next year? What does that mean?
And I saw some rumors swirling. We were talking about that's where Deion's going to end up.
It makes sense, right?
It makes sense, but man,
he knows his son. He's coached him his entire career, until this year.
Yeah.
It makes sense to go with a guy that knows how to utilize him and put him in the best position to win. I don't know if Dion's style matches with the pros today. That coaching style is going to be what makes or breaks him.
Yeah, these pros today are, I don't want to call them soft because no one in the NFL is really soft.
No.
But they're maybe their mental fortitude isn't what it used to be.
Well, they demand a lot more respect now because they make more money than the coach in a lot of cases. So those guys are they put themselves on a higher pedestal than the coaching staff because what happens first when shit goes wrong? When shit goes wrong, the coach is gone.
It's always
They're not getting rid of the guy.
No, it's never the guy.
It's never the players, right? So they know they're more. They have a stronger stance than the coach ever will.
Oh yeah.
Because if it's not working in a locker room, first guy's gone is the coach. So
you got to have a coach that's strong enough to come in and handle the locker room. You got to have a coach that the locker room can respect. I mean, a la Andy Reid, players love him. Even Belichick. I mean, players may not have liked him, but they respected him. They listened to him, But winning breeds that kind of like respect too.
Well, yes. I mean, that's the only time you're going to get it from the players, and they'll follow the system.
Yep.
But it does take a special kind of guy. That's what Belichick surrounded himself with.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going to bring a guy that was a diva into the organization.
No, he very much kept that outside. Like it was.
Antonio Brown was the stretch, and I felt like that was a lot more on the Tom Brady side of things than anything else. And then the tenure there wasn't very long.
No, well, I mean, even like the Randy Moss initially,
right? But
was like that was probably the most diva-esque player I can really remember them having.
But he's more charismatic than I feel like as a diva. Like he wasn't gonna go sit and pout on the sidelines if the ball wasn't coming his way. He was going out there and doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had probably the best year of his career with Tom Brady.
He did.
So
he did.
I mean, the numbers speak for themselves in those aspects. But yeah, like Randy Moss is more, I would say, more on the charismatic side than the diva side. Antonio Brown, diva side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He is.
He's beyond it.
I don't know. Diva is like right here, and he's way over.
He's in a category
all by himself. When you strip your uniform off on the sideline
and leave at
halftime, you're on a whole nother plane, sir.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah. Man, while we're sticking in the NFL stuff, did you happen to catch any of the Panthers-Buccaneers game last week?
Yeah, I had that one on.
Those calls were atrocious. That might have been some of the worst officiating I've ever seen.
It was poor.
And the 3 plays. The offensive PI against McMillan fighting off a jam at the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, like, how is that?
Yeah. That was
like
terrible.
You got 5 yards and it's like in 2 to 3 yards. I mean, it's right there.
The official doing, their official guy that sits in the booth was like, oh, well, the offensive guy only has a yard. How do they only have a yard when the defensive guy can rough you up for 5?
Right.
Like, I don't get that at all. To me, it looked like a really big wide receiver dogging out a jam on a smaller corner.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it looked like to me. I was fine with it. The pass interference in the fourth quarter that went for the Bucs, where the guy literally, when you go back and look at the video, he tripped over his own feet and fell.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And
I mean, how do you not see that though? Like, because you don't even have to go back to the replay to see it. Like, there's hands, always hands, right? And you just got to make a good call based upon like where are the hands?
Yep.
And are both players utilizing their hands? Are they both putting each other in the same disadvantage as they are putting each other at an advantage?
It's a little bit of hand fighting.
That needs to be part of the game.
Yeah, that was fine.
When you're holding an arm back,
or
that's
jersey.
That's an obvious call, right? And they need to be more along that lines. Let the guys play a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you put the defender at such a disadvantage anymore. It's just.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
because then you got the flopping that happens too, and It's like bringing that aspect into the game. I feel like you should just automatically call it an OPI if you flop.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. And then we get to the probably worst call I've ever seen in my life. The backwards pass that they blew dead, that they called a fumble out of bounds.
Yes. It's a backwards pass.
I do not. That call was atrocious. Atrocious. Even like I said, even the official was like, no, that's not a pass out of bounds. That's an inadvertent whistle, and Carolina should have the option to redo the down.
That's exactly what it should be.
But no, they lost 6 yards on it, which puts their field goal 6 yards back, and it turned into a missed field goal in what ended up being a 2-point game.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's where it all comes out. It should have come down to that in a game. You should control your own destiny. But does he make the field goal if it's 6 yards closer?
Who knows?
Right, I
Who knows?
get it. No,
I understand that point, and you have to keep it out of the official's hand. But when you have 3 calls like that, because you essentially
there's 3 poor calls.
on the McMillan pass interference, they lost 16 yards. Well, technically 21 if you count the 5 yards they lose for the penalty too.
Right, yeah.
And then of course the defensive pass interference, it gave them a first down.
Yeah,
Near the end of the game.
But you look at it, it's still worked out in their favor, but it brings you back to the conspiracy theories, right? Like, well, do we want to make this New Orleans and Atlanta game interesting?
Yeah.
This is how we make it interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm not big on the conspiracy theory. Because if there was ever any kind of collusion like that to set up the entire league, someone would have spilled beans by now.
Yeah.
Someone would have come out and just broke this whole story open, because there's companies out there now that would pay somebody how many millions of dollars just to expose the NFL and the corruption that would be within it.
Oh, the problem is, I feel like there is some, but I don't think it's enough to really do anything about it at the moment.
I don't see Roger Goodell saying, "Hey, Vegas is losing money on this game."
Yeah. We need to do something. Yeah, no, I don't see that.
I don't see it is that deep at all.
I mean, technically, they're partners with ESPN.
Yeah.
Who actually owns, of course, ESPN Bets.
I mean, that's why I feel like ESPN doesn't need to be into the gambling scene.
No, 100% they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Just you're broadcasting only. That's
right.
it.
Yeah, because I mean it's all about money, right? Like, how do we drive viewership up for other games? And now, of course, ESPN doesn't have the viewership that Fox, CBS have.
Yeah.
That's going to be different, but it's still they're entwined in so many other sports. How many NBA games are on ESPN? How many college basketball games are on ESPN?
I mean, just college sports in general.
In general, yeah, absolutely. So, and you can bet on these things. So that does come into play. I get it, but it does makes you question a lot of things.
Yeah, it does. But that was just one of several games last week that was interesting. It was fun. What else was on the schedule last week? Let me pull it back up.
Well, I mean, a lot of games had playoff implications.
Seattle going into San Fran and pretty much shutting them down.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Very impressive. I can't believe they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl right now.
Well, the only thing, with Seattle is their offense is very similar to Philly, and that's the one thing that's not clicking right now. And what you need to be clicking is the offense going in. Yeah, can defense win championships? 100%. We've seen it so many times before. Yep. But the offense has to be competent in some way. And if Seattle comes out and plays an incompetent offensive style in a game, same goes for Philly, you're going to lose in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Despite your defense holding a team to 14 or less, if you can't put up more than 14 points against any defense in this league, it's going to be hard to win.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. You can win 13-3 all you want, but it's hard to sustain that in the playoffs. Man, like this is the first year I can remember in a long time. I know Seattle is like the favorite as far as betting odds, but honestly, there's only a couple of teams that I think couldn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think Carolina's winning. I don't think Carolina wins this weekend. I know they beat the Rams earlier in the season. I just don't see it.
It's a road game for the Rams. The Rams have struggled on the road, especially on the East Coast. So it plays into their favor. However, I'm not very optimistic for them. The Rams they're set up pretty well to be successful into these playoffs.
Yeah. Yes, sir, they are.
They can. They get a favorable matchup. I guess the matchup that anybody would probably want in a wild card round is against probably the worst playoff team in the league right now.
Oh yeah, I hate seeing teams with losing records in the playoffs when there's teams with winning records sitting at home.
This is the sixth or the fifth time I think a division winner that would not have made the playoffs fifth or sixth time that a division winner would not have made the playoffs if you just went straight rankings.
Yep.
So I don't think the system's flawed. It's just that this is the outlier that happens from this.
Yeah, but it happens all the time in this freaking division.
This division and the NFC West in the past were bad about it.
Yeah.
So, and it seems to happen in the NFC way more than it does in the AFC.
I mean, the AFC North wasn't that much better either.
No, they were not. But you still have a team over 500.
Yeah, but what's crazy is I saw this stat this week. The NFC South still has more wins than the AFC North together.
Mm.
You had 3 teams with 8 wins.
Well, no, I mean, that is funny. You had 3 teams tied at the top of the division.
And it was all tiebreaker bull crap.
Yeah. And it worked in Carolina's favor coming into last week. The fact that you could lose and Atlanta win, and it's a wild scenario that unfolded.
Well, it was crazy. Atlanta was eliminated in like week 14 or something like that.
Exactly. They were eliminated in week 14.
And you're just like, ah.
Yeah, we get all the way to week 18 for this to unfold. And the thing is they I know Atlanta's shooting themselves in the foot because they progressed later in the year.
Yeah.
And basically just played the spoiler role very well for the remainder of the year.
Finished with the same record as the division winner, and you lose your coach and your GM.
Yes.
Ooh. Awful. They needed.
It was time for a change.
I don't know if it was necessarily time for a change. I don't think Raheem Morris is that bad of a coach. I think they had a really bad luck with injuries.
Well, you also got to look like they weren't rolling when Penix was in.
No, who really needed to take the axe was the GM on this one.
The GM, or really, it comes down to like who
made that decision.
Who made the decision to draft Penix?
After giving
Kirk Cousins, and did it work out for him? Maybe, but maybe it just took Kirk a little while to get adjusted because he didn't look bad in spots at the end. Is he older? Sure. It really comes down to who made the decision to sign Kirk Cousins and then draft Penix.
That's it. That was what whoever made that decision. That's who needs to go.
You invested so much in the quarterback position that it didn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, I like what they did last year. I like them the fact that they went and got 2 first-round defensive line guys. I think that's great. I mean, that's what they were missing. They didn't have any kind of pass rush at all.
No, I mean, it makes sense, like, what they're doing to correct the previous mistakes. But the thing is, you still don't have your long-term quarterback.
Nope.
Because, I mean, really, how long does Kirk Cousins hold up? And Penix doesn't seem to be the answer. Can he improve? Yes. I mean, there's opportunity for him. What, he's 2 years in? See
But
where
you got to
year
remember,
3
he's
goes.
also one of those older guys, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how old is Penix? 25, 26?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I mean, at that stage, you have. I would figure you would know. You know, he's got the maturity level. He should have all that. You should know.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the guy.
Well, clearly not. I don't trust it by any means. No.
No. I mean, what's crazy is you look at everybody, all the other quarterbacks from that first round draft class. He is the outlier. And I know Daniels was beat up this year, so I'm not gonna beat him up. But I mean, he played fantastic last year as a rookie.
Yeah.
You saw Caleb Williams take that step this year.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Drake May take the step this year.
You want to see the steps, right? You want to see the progression. And yeah, are there sophomore slumps? Sure, but like there needs to be some kind of spark that you're like, oh, he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's learning. He's taking some lumps here. He's figuring it out. And then towards the end of the year, where he didn't really get the opportunity, but towards the end of the year, you want to see it.
Well, I mean, Atlanta played well down the stretch, and that's even without like London.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were. You're right, and you said it was the injuries that definitely hurt them. So maybe Morris did deserve another time, but I think what it is you're looking at so many coaching candidates that are available.
And there's a lot of good ones out there.
It makes it very difficult, right? Like, it's like, oh, we could make upgrades. Or you got an idea of a guy that you want to bring in, and it's just, it's now or never.
Yeah.
You know, knowing, because these GMs talk to each other, these teams talk to each other, they all know what's kind of happening behind the scenes in
Yeah.
a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
You see somebody like, they bring in Pete Carroll for a year.
That was an awful hire to begin with.
No, he's too old. It's at this point, like, why? Like,
Well,
was he just a space holder for something? I don't know. It didn't make sense to me either. Like, why is he coming out of retirement for this job?
Yeah, that job.
There's nothing about that job that said I'm going to win instantly.
Yeah, there was no. We are a playoff team. We need that right leader.
Exactly.
There was none of that.
No, the Raiders are at the bottom as they've always been.
You don't even know who your quarterback is.
Right, exactly. Like, and you bring in Geno Smith and assume that's the guy, and Pete Carroll's going to be able to get him to the next level.
No, he couldn't get him to the next level in Seattle. He played okay in Seattle.
Yeah.
He played okay, but he getting older too.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the first pick in the draft. We talked about that. I'm not sold on Mendoza. I'm not. Honestly,
I'm not sold on the quarterback class in general.
No, I mean, every one of these guys I think needs. I don't think none of these guys can come in and start. None.
No,
I think, and we talk about this all the time. When you draft a guy with the first pick, there's such a hurry to put him in, and I just don't think any of these guys are ready for that. Do I think with some of these guys sitting on a bench for a year or two could develop?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but no one does that. Well, except for Green Bay, and we do it. We always do it way early. Way early, and we let it sit. But it's worked.
Yeah.
I mean, we've essentially had, barring injury, we've essentially had 3 quarterbacks for the last 30 years.
No, I mean, it makes sense too, right? Like, you watch what Green Bay's done.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to let these guys develop in the system, learn how to become a professional quarterback, and go against pros, whether it's the second team or the first team.
You're still going against pros in practice every day.
Exactly. Yeah, these are guys that are the elite of college football, and even the elite of college football are on the second team.
Yeah.
So you got to think, like, the competition's better than any competitions they're going to get in college.
Yeah.
So this is the system that is proven for Green Bay and it works. Like find your guy and let him ride the bench for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talk ad nauseum. I'm fine with drafting a guy high and letting him sit. If he's gonna be my guy, and I feel like he's my guy, then there's no reason he can't sit. I mean, Philip Rivers sat behind Drew Brees for a year.
Right. And look how that worked
It
out.
worked out just fine for the Chargers.
Yes.
I mean, granted, they didn't win a Super Bowl, but I mean,
Man,
Philip Rivers
defense,
is
that defense held him back from so much.
dude. I still can't believe they had a year. They were the number one offense and the number one defense, and they finished 8-8.
Yep.
How does that happen?
I don't get it.
Like, I just don't understand. That's the most like mind-boggling thing I've ever heard. Like, I don't
The
understand.
team that finishes 8-8 with the best offense and
And
the
the
best
best
defense.
defense.
That's crazy.
But
But yeah, back to it. You look at there's very few quarterbacks that are taken in the first round and come out and start week one and are the guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we could looking at the starting quarterbacks now that started week one. Who do you got? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen started week one.
You had Bryce Young,
Bryce Young, yeah. Caleb
Caleb Williams.
started week one. Jaden Daniels started week one.
Did Jaden Daniels start
I'm
week one?
almost positive he started week one.
I felt like there was an injury last year that forced him in.
No, I think that was. Did Nick start week one?
Not sure.
Because I can't think of who they had beside him.
But these are a lot more recent too. So
Yeah.
like you got to see it unfold.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes did not.
No. Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts did not.
Nope.
I guess you would say Matt Stafford probably started week one.
Yeah, he probably did. I mean, that's
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going through. Brock Purdy did not.
no, he definitely did not.
Yeah, I know.
He was the guy that he was like the third option or something
Yeah,
when
I'm
he
going-
came in.
Yeah, I'm going through like playoff teams, and I'm like thinking. I guess Kyler Murray probably did.
Maybe Kyler Murray, which he's probably going to be gone. He'll be
Yeah.
somewhere else next year.
I would assume so. New coach coming in there as well because Gannon, Arizona lost their last 9 games straight.
Well, he hadn't looked good the entire time he was there.
No, Gannon was not ready for it. He was part of a Super Bowl appearance team that
It's that, let's get this guy. He
Yeah.
was a coordinator in the Super Bowl.
yeah,
get
exactly.
it.
He's got to be ready. And honestly, no one really liked Gannon in Philly. And it was, fortunately he left and we brought in Vic Fangio, who is
Fangio's
fucking legendary.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's not a head coach by no
He
means.
knows his role.
But-
He's not going anywhere, and he's from Philly. He's gonna stay.
He's a great
Yeah.
defensive mind.
Yeah, Vic's gonna stay. We don't have
It's
to worry
not-
about that leaving. We don't have to worry about like the revolving door of OC that we have. So it's nice to have somebody like Vic. So
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna have another revolving door after this year.
maybe I would love it. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't like Petulo.
Did you see the video I sent you where it was the guy talking about
Oh, yeah.
the coach and head coaches say, and the best guy they could hire.
I sit back. I was like 100% agree with this. I don't care if he wins the Super Bowl, he's gone. So that works.
Yeah.
And
If he loses the Super Bowl,
if we lose
the playoffs, he's gone.
Yeah, I don't think Petulo's going to get. He might stick around in a different form with the Birds, but I feel like there's a 0% chance this man is the offensive coordinator next year. Not when you have a guy like Mike McDaniels who's going to be available. Although I think he's going to be in Washington because he's tight with Quinn. So
That could be that wouldn't be a bad spot for him.
no, it'd be great. He's got a lot of young pieces on the offensive side that he gets to work with. If they could stay healthy, he could do something with it.
Dude, there or I text you about Cliff Kingsbury going to Detroit. Mike McDaniels would be that'd be a good
That'd be
spot.
a good fit for him too. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's a good offensive coach.
But Kingsbury probably wouldn't even be bad for a place like Philly. Or you look at the OC for the Chargers is probably gone.
Yep.
There's another spot.
Yeah.
You get to work with Herbert in that offense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's rumored that I read something that Kingsbury, there might be a head coaching opportunity out there for him again.
Well, I mean, they mutually parted ways in Washington.
Yeah.
It was they just didn't envision the same thing for the offense going forward, and I think he and Quinn decided that a mutual break was good here.
Yeah, but
because
that's
Washington was going to bring him back.
That was another injury-filled team too. You
Absolutely.
you lose your starting quarterback. You lose probably your best offensive weapon in McLaurin for most of the season.
Yeah, but McLaurin didn't play a whole lot this year. I mean, it was a struggle for Washington this year in the injury department for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of pieces that are going to change. We're going to see a lot of those dominoes probably start to fall in the next couple of weeks because a lot of places want to have these coaches back in place for the draft in a couple of months.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you got to get in. You got to start evaluating talent. Figure out where you want to go. What do the team needs? What do you need to be successful in your role? So that's going to require a lot of scouting, a lot of investment of time in those roles. So you don't want to waste much time. You need to know what the system's going to be. Do these guys fit the system, free agency or draft wise?
Yep.
A lot of things like that. Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, let's talk about these playoff games this weekend.
Yes, sir.
That start tomorrow.
Start tomorrow. Yep. Excited. Super stoked.
Yep, we have the Rams at Carolina at 4:30. We have Green Bay at Chicago at 8.
Yes.
The
Man, I love how we get a Monday night game out of this.
I know we get a Monday night playoff game. I'm down for it.
I'm fine with it. Like, I think keep the Monday nights rolling.
I
love it.
I was talking to Jen. I was like, hey, this is Wednesday. It's like, starting tomorrow, we've got football every night through like Monday. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, the playoffs, the college football game.
Yep, you got another one tonight.
Yeah, and then it's NFL playoffs.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, and then next week.
I love how the schedule lays out that way. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And especially now because we're going to get to see all the games will be televised. There won't be something that we'll have to go to here or there and watch.
Because they're all in their own slots. And, I think you only get doubled up. You don't get doubled up at all.
You don't get doubled up at all.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'm for it.
You and me both.
You are the it's on you this week to lay these.
I know. I'm already in, buddy.
All right. We got like I said, the Rams at Carolina.
Rams at Carolina. Rams are 10.5 point favorites here.
Man, parts of me likes Carolina plus the 10.5.
Part of me likes that because it is a playoff game.
It is a playoff game.
I think the Rams do have some bulletin board material here, though.
Yes, they do.
They would like to redeem themselves from the loss earlier this year.
I think the Rams are going to win. It's just clearing that 10.5 is huge for me.
Yeah, 10.5 is a huge spread, especially in the playoffs.
Because even if you look at Carolina's game, Carolina not losing. I mean, they got kind of, where is it?
They got whopped in like 15, right? Week 15.
They got beat by Seattle 27-10.
Yeah.
But the last loss that was more than 10.5, they lost to the Niners 20-9.
Mm-hmm.
So they in the last.
So you're telling me the NFC West is going to cover a 10.5 spread?
In the last, yeah, essentially. The last 6 games, they've only had 2 games in which covered 10.
Yeah.
And yes, both were to NFC West teams.
I know that makes me think again. Well,
I look at the other teams too. You're looking at it was a loss to the Saints, and then 2 games against the Bucks.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the win against the Rams. Oh, man. Now I'm thinking about it.
Being that it's a playoff matchup, though.
I just feel like McVay is just going to come out with something.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the case. I feel like I'm leaning with your first thought, and that's the Panthers covering. 10.5 is
Huge.
by far the biggest spread. The next one is Philly 5.5 over the Niners. The Niners are depleted on that defense, so I guess they expect the Eagles to put some kind of offense together. I don't know.
That's going to end up being like another 13-3, 13-7.
Yeah, I
game.
think it's going to be a low-scoring affair.
Yeah.
Just because the offense can't put anything together.
Yeah. Neither offense at this moment, even though Purdy played great up until
2 weeks ago.
Up until this past weekend.
Right. But, I mean, they went up against a good defense, and that's the thing he's going to face against the Eagles, too. He might get more yards in this game because that's just the way the Eagles' defense is set up. It's like, all
They're
right.
set up to bend, not break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll bend a little bit. You can get yourself in, but once you're inside that 20, 25-yard line,
We're
it's
gonna lock
tough
it
to
down.
score.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better hope your field goal kicker's locked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we gonna do without that Carolina spread?
Let's go hometown heroes to cover.
I'm in. I'm in with you.
Let's do
I'm
it.
in.
You think? I mean, that was your first thought. I said we go with the first thought.
That is.
It's a
such
playoff matchup. You're gonna pull out all tricks and everything, right?
Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna figure it out.
Yeah, it's such a big spread.
It is. It's hard to see a spread that large and
In a
not
playoff
want to.
game.
Yeah, and not take it.
Yeah.
Um,
Then we get my boys in Chicago.
I'm gonna tell you the Packers are getting healthy at the right time,
They are.
and this is Caleb's first playoff match, and
Well, Green Bay's favored on the road.
right, exactly. But you've got a team that's been there, right? A team that's a lot of guys that have already been there.
Guys that won playoff games on the road. I mean, they went into Dallas just 2 years ago and thumped them.
Thumped them. Oh God, that was a great game.
I love that
was
game.
great. I loved every bit of it. It was so good.
That was the game that that was the only game that I think I ever defended Dak Prescott, because everybody was torching him about, he played terrible. Dude, it wasn't Prescott that played terrible.
He turned the ball over a lot in that first half too.
He did, but their defense
It was
didn't
both.
do them any favors.
No.
Any favors.
No, and that, I mean, you saw it unfold here too this year. So
Yep.
I like the Pack to cover 1.5. That basically means they're winning. I saw this matchup. I thought Green Bay's going to win.
Plus, Green Bay owns Chicago anyway, so.
I mean, they split their series this year. They both went 1-1, and they're both tight matchups. But I do like Green Bay.
Just because they got the playoff experience that the Chicago team doesn't
They have the playoff experience, and I mean you're essentially getting Jordan Love between 90 and 100%.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
give me Green Bay, the experience. I do wish they had Micah Parsons.
That would make things. If they had Parsons, I bet you the spread would be probably closer to the Philly spread.
Yeah, I think.
I think it'd definitely be a couple more points on there.
Agree.
Then we move into Saturday's 1 o'clock matchup, or Sunday's 1 o'clock matchup, excuse me. Buffalo traveling to probably one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, the spread's only 1.5.
Honestly, this is going to sound crazy. I kind of like Jacksonville plus the 1.5.
I do too, and my thought is the Bills' defense is not great, and ETN with the ability to run and open up the passing game in this thing. And the Bills, I think, were rated 31st in rush D this year.
I think they were, yeah.
You got to take Jacksonville. Jacksonville at home.
Trevor's looked fantastic over like the last 8 or 9 weeks.
Now I don't see Jacksonville winning by more than maybe 6 points.
Maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, maybe a touchdown. Because the late game heroics of Josh Allen is definitely there. Yeah, but Jacksonville may even jump out to like a 10, 14-point lead early, and then it'll get closer in the second half.
I've got a question for you. It's hypothetical. Buffalo loses this game.
McDermott's out.
McDermott's out?
100%.
Harbaugh in?
I would love it. I don't know if Harbaugh's not even interview until next week with any teams.
I know.
So
I know. He's kind of just taking them. I get he's on vacation this week.
It's also smart.
Yeah.
Why would I not want to hitch on to a team that made the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think as good as McDermott has done, because here's the sad part. Even if McDermott is out here, McDermott could end up somewhere else immediately, too.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's a lot of openings, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
and
he did a good job building Buffalo back up.
yeah, with the help of Josh Allen,
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, it
For a guy that is a defensive-minded guy and have the
Yes.
31st rated rush defense, that's
yes,
a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, Arizona's a good fit for a guy like McDermott to start a rebuild there, get
Yeah.
your quarterback, kind of decide what you want to go with. And I mean, Arizona would love a luxury like having a successful coach come in instead of having to go after a guy that's the up and coming.
That's unproven yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they hadn't really had a successful coach since. Who was there when they were going to the playoffs with Palmer?
They are exactly who we thought
It
they
was
were.
Dennis Green,
Yeah.
huh?
I think that was probably the last one, right?
I think so. As far as I can remember.
That's as far as I can remember.
Who was he the coach when they went to the Super Bowl against Pittsburgh?
I'm 90% sure you're correct there. Yeah.
I can't remember if that's exactly right.
Yeah, the Larry Fitz Super Bowl.
Yeah. The one that honestly probably the most ridiculous catch in Super Bowl history, or one of at least probably top three
Yeah.
without a doubt.
No, I mean the toe tap. Oh gosh.
Oh my! That's it. Literally just toes, and you couldn't stretch out any further.
Last second. I mean every
Yes.
bit of it. You couldn't. I mean you couldn't ask for a better ending.
No, it
That's
was
for
beautiful,
sure.
but
Yeah.
it was just like But yeah, no,
Yeah, so you look at this, there could be two big time openings after the first round. Steelers lose, Tomlin might be out.
I think it's time to move on from Tomlin anyway.
I agree. That's why I'm saying you see a team like if the Steelers lose, the Bills lose. I don't think the Panthers are going to do anything.
I actually saw something where another team might be interested in Canellis.
Really?
Yes. I mean, he can't help Bryce Young sucks.
Well, no, that's true. It wasn't his guy to begin with, anyway.
No,
so.
it was a guy that was there when he got there.
Hey, it could
It
be.
was here. You need to try to figure out unlock it, and like maybe he just can't.
You're right.
I mean, because they've got to make decisions on him too.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if I'm Harbaugh and the Steelers want to open up or the Bills want to open up, like, I'm hitching myself to one of those two teams before probably any of these openings.
I'm surprised Zach Taylor survived.
It's surprising.
Like,
But
I-
you look at the injuries, and he's the guy that got you to the Super Bowl last. So they're probably hanging on to a lot of the hope
Yeah.
right there. Like, we know the guy can get it done. We know he can. He's gonna break through. We just need to stay healthy for a year. And the thing is Cincinnati improved defensively this year. Their pass defense was rated in the top half of the league this year, rather than the bottom half. Now the rush D still needs some help, but it's improving. I'm not saying that they're Super Bowl contenders next year.
No.
But they are a team that could wreak a lot of havoc against a lot of defenses with that offense that they have.
Yeah, that offense, you got to be ready, especially if you got a healthy Burrow. What they really need, they need offensive line help like nobody.
Yeah, Burrow needs some protection for sure.
I mean, I got another stat that's crazy for you. Justin Herbert had the second most passing yards in the league this year, right? Behind the worst offensive line. Imagine if
I saw that.
But
They're
I mean,
the only team to make the playoffs with a bottom half, which also not necessarily bottom, just not just the bottom half of the league, but the very bottom of the league in offensive efficiency, offensive line efficiency.
Yes, but I mean, they did have their starting left tackle, didn't have their starting right tackle. I think they had like 22 different offensive line combinations or something thereof, which is just insane. You know, especially for Herbert to have the year that he had.
Yep.
I mean, you get him any kind of protection, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean,
you build that in 2 years. If that offensive line is, even 15th in the league in efficiency, that's huge.
Well, you get that. When you get that offensive line, you don't only help Herbert, you help the run
Offense,
game.
everything.
You help everything.
Run blocking, pass blocking, all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it changes the identity of the offense, and I mean, not only does that do that, but it's protecting Justin Herbert from injury. It's allowing for him to take more time to read his offense, get multiple reads in, not have to get out of the pocket, not have to make something out of nothing. You relax the guy a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched that Houston game. And I felt like he was under duress all day long.
Mm-hmm.
All day long. And I'm just like, man, get this guy some protection. But at the same time, his best guys were hurt. So I get it's injury bug, not just they just don't have it. So we're going with Doomer?
Yeah.
All right. Then we get your guys at 4:30 with the Niners coming to town.
I don't like the spread of 5.5.
I
Here's the thing. I think the spread's high now because Trent Williams has been limited in practice. Kittle's been limited in practice. They're gonna go.
They're going to go, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're limited through practice the entire week. They're not gonna sit.
They're limited because they're like,
Just
get a little healthier. Big fella.
Give us 5% more, like whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no way that Trent Williams doesn't play in this game.
No, and he's arguably the best left tackle in the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of them that even at 75%, they're better than the backup.
Yeah, they're better than the backup.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
Yeah.
He's a big, strong dude. We were watching like the pregame stuff, and he was walking around in just like a sweatshirt and like sweatpants, hanging out with the team, and he's just a fucking monster, dude. Just.
I will say the Niners don't fare well in Lincoln Financial Field.
No, they do not.
They, especially in past previous visits in the playoffs, they have not fared well at all. That leads me to believe that the Philly atmosphere in the playoffs is unreal.
Yeah, but that 5.5 is huge for an offense that.
Now, yeah, if we had an offense that was somewhat competent. Oh, and also Bethune out too.
Ooh.
He's out for the year, and that was Warner's replacement.
Yeah.
And now it's like
It might open up the running game a little bit.
it should. The thing is, usually in a game where we should run, Saquon should have 30 touches. It's 40 passes for Jalen Hurts. So
He'll get 15 touches this week.
right. So the offense leaves a lot to be desired. I will say, playing the toughest schedule this year, having no back-to-back home games this year, Philly is the only division winner to repeat from last year. It says a lot about the mentality of this team.
Makes it easy. Makes it easy when you got Washington and the Giants and the Cowboys in your division who was the next best record? The Cowboys with 6 wins?
Mm-hmm.
Makes it really easy when that's your competition, though.
I understand. I'm not trying to compare it to the NFC North by any means.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, I mean, but what I'm saying is the Eagles have overcome so much to still go out and win 11 games on the year.
I think they can win.
And I gotta harp on this real fast, and I just thought about it. We should be playing the Packers.
Should be.
The fact is, and I looked at it this way, was we suited up a lot of starters.
We did not.
I understand, but we suited up a lot of starters because I get it. You're thin, but the game's on the line. You've already seen Chicago was lost. The 2 seeds open. You've got a final drive. You can go down and win the ball game.
They did not.
Why would you not just give them one drive? They're fresh. Like, I get.
Yeah, but if you lose Saquon in that drive.
I understand.
You
but
lose Jalen in that drive.
Yeah, I get it. And
I mean, you lose A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You lose one of those guys in that drive.
I'll look at it. I'll play devil's advocate too. So part of me's thinking this during the game because I wanted to win and I knew that 2 seed was there, right?
Yep.
And so it made me think, oh, come on, man. Like, let's get this win. I bet you at some point that we might have thought Washington was going to give this one up because why hurt your draft stock for a fucking meaningless win?
Yeah. Like the Giants did.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like why not lay down that last week? And maybe going in, you thought, hey, it's not going to be a big deal. They'll put in some backups. No, they played all their fucking starters. And granted, they didn't play all their starters. They have a lot of injuries, but the crew they put out for the majority of the year, guys that play together and have some kind of cohesion. We put out a lot of guys that haven't played together before. Or don't get a lot of opportunities to play in games together, and still only lose barely.
Lose barely, yeah.
I mean, it's impressive. Don't get me wrong, but I guess they might have thought like, "Hey, Washington don't want to win this game." Maybe that was the case. I don't know. And there's a lot of the fact that you think about the competitiveness, but when you have the 2 seed, you're locking up 2 home games.
Yeah.
At minimal.
Minimum 2 home games.
As long as you win the first one, of course.
Yeah.
But you're locking up those 2. Why would you waste that? I mean, that opportunity
Especially
staring
when you have the home field advantage that Philly has. I'm with you. I feel you.
It's staring you in the face. And now the thing is, if this unfolds and the Bears win and the Rams win, or it doesn't really even matter. If the Bears win, you're going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going on the road.
You're going on the road. So that could have been the Bears coming to you. It could have been a different scenario.
Packers
altogether.
coming to you.
Right, yeah. So it could have been anything where that second round matchup, you don't have to rely on the Packers to win for you to get a home game.
I mean,
and I get it. You want guys to be healthy and you want to ensure that they're healthy. But guys get injured in practice all the time too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was puzzling to me to know that you have the opportunity late in the game to go out and get that W, and then relying on the guys you haven't relied on all year to go and earn you that playoff spot.
Well, look at San Francisco. They're kicking themselves. If they had won last week,
they'd be the one.
They would never leave. Like the Super Bowl's in their home stadium.
Yeah, they could park it at home.
Yeah, and never have to worry about anything. Let's just focus on the game.
Now you got to travel all the way to Philadelphia.
Yeah, no bueno.
And that's not the place you want to play. I guarantee you there's not one team that wants to go to Philadelphia in this playoffs.
So what are you thinking in this game?
I want to just say the Eagles are going to cover because of the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, if we're going to put together any kind of offense, you start it with a run game and you beat them with Barkley early. That opens up A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, especially Goddard, especially with Bethune out.
Yeah.
That'll allow for Goddard to get a lot of looks.
I think Goddard will have a big game.
Yeah,
he's
Goddard
probably
has
going to be your receiving leader this week.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, if you want to open up the passing game,
work the middle of the field.
Work the middle of the field, and there's the opportunity that if they do things right offensively, that even 3 scores win this game for them, and that the defense is going to hold their own.
So you just want to go Eagles money?
Eagles money line sounds good. I like it. It's a big difference.
What's the jump?
It's minus 108 for the spread, minus 250 for money line. But we'll go minus 250. It's one leg.
Yeah, because I can't. My thing is with the ways San Fran played against Seattle, it makes me worried because
yeah, you play another top flight defense, and since week 9, the Eagles are the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get defense all in your face.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean, Jalen Carter hasn't played in a few weeks. He's gonna be back and healthy. Jordan Davis played a few stints last week, but not very many. He should be 100%. Brandon Graham got a lot of run last week, but Brandon Graham has looked great coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
Ajomo, there's a lot with that defensive line it's healthy, intact, and hopefully it remains that way. I think if they can get to Purdy, then they're going to have an opportunity to really shut down and not allow for a lot of offense coming out of San Francisco.
That's kind of what I see.
Yeah.
The only reason I can't do the 5 and the
5.5 is a lot, especially for a team that doesn't put up a lot of points on the board.
I don't trust I trust Philly's defense.
Yeah.
I don't trust their offense at all.
I agree. You're preaching to the choir, man.
And we've hung out enough. I have to keep up with them enough because I have to know this stuff, just so I can argue with you sometimes about it. But I just don't trust their offense. So that 5.5 scares me. I 100% think this could be a 13-7 game, 17-10, which would cover the 5.5. But I just don't see it. Just wait. We're gonna say that, and then Philly's gonna win by 20.
And that'll be the leg we lose.
No, because we're taking Philly money line.
Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna lose that.
We're not losing it that way.
But hey, I would love to see a whole new offensive playbook be unleashed for the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's got to be better than what we've been doing.
Not with Petula, bro.
No, I know.
Not with the fantastic offensive coordinator Petula.
Yeah, he'll be the Giants head coach next year.
I hope not.
Him or Mike McCarthy.
But here's the sad part. With the young pieces the Giants have, I don't think it's a terrible spot. I don't. You just got to have the right guy in there.
Yeah.
You got your quarterback.
Well, obviously, you got a running back. You've got a great number one wide receiver.
Yes.
You need to shore up the offensive line, and you got to do something defensively.
Defensively, it's not terrible.
The secondary.
The back end of it's awful. The front seven's fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Front seven's fine. You got to do something on the back end, big time.
Yeah.
Next at the 8:00 on Saturday, it's probably the game I'm most looking forward to on the Sunday slate. Because to me, I think this game is going to be the most entertaining game.
Will it?
I think so. I think this is going to be your higher scoring game.
I don't see it. I see the Patriots shutting them down. Herbert running for his life. Herbert has some kind of late game heroics to make it interesting, but I feel like the Patriots can win this one by 10.
They're favored by 3.5. I kind of like the Patriots covering the 3.5 too.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be. I'm looking forward to this game.
All these games I think would be very interesting,
Yeah.
right? It all starts.
I don't think Monday's going to be interesting at all.
No, Monday night will not be. But the other 5 games, absolutely. Panthers, Rams, interesting. Eagles, Niners, interesting. Bears, Packers, interesting. Patriots, Chargers, interesting. Jags, Bills, interesting.
I don't think the Houston game, Pittsburgh is interesting at all.
Yeah,
Houston defense is just stupid good. I know they gave up points to Indianapolis last week. They only played a few drives.
They were kind of set though.
Yeah,
with where their seating was going.
Yeah, they didn't care. They were like, we'll let our starters play a little bit. Riley Leonard, by the way, last week looked fantastic.
Yeah,
looked fantastic, and he did some of that stuff against their starters. So,
yeah,
maybe they got their answer, but it sounds like they want to bring Daniel back.
Why would you not?
He was playing great. You look at his stats. He had 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Granted, that's a lot of interceptions for the.
But it's Daniel Jones. It's better than the 15, 16, 17 he normally throws.
Yeah, but you got to think at the same time. 4 of those were against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you take that one game out. He's 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions through how many games? 9, 10.
9 or 10, wasn't it?
It was more. It had probably more than that.
Is it right? No, I think he got injured in that 9th game.
Because Riley started a game or two, didn't he? No, Riley's first start was that one.
Was it his first? No, he came in after Anthony Richardson got hurt, and then they went off and got Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, what a waste of a pick.
You called it.
We did, sir. We knew.
The
That's the thing that gets me this year.
only one we've kind of missed on it is yet to be seen. Like Caleb Williams could be just having a great year with Ben Johnson, but now that playbook's out, they know what Ben Johnson wants to do with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Next year, a tougher schedule.
Yes, sir.
They got to play a number one. They got to play number
play-
one schedule.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if Chicago sustains the success next year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I see a Washington like turnaround here.
There's a chance.
Yeah,
There's a
we'll
chance.
see. We'll see. Ben Johnson's great though, so we'll see.
I'm worried about Daniels now with his injuries.
Yeah.
A little scary, but I mean, when he plays, when he's healthy, he's really, 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 really good.
Yeah, it's just you gotta keep him healthy.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
Anyway,
but
New
back to
England, New England and the Chargers.
I don't know why, and because I've sold New England kind of short at times this year, talking about them because of the weaker schedule, but I mean when you do watch Drake May play, he's slinging it. Man.
He looks like I mean, I know what schedule they played this year, so I'm not trying to book, but he looks the part.
Yeah.
He took that second year leap,
Yeah, absolutely.
and like it's looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, it looks
I
like he
liked
got the sophomore slump off of him last year in the rookie year.
Yes.
And went ahead and just made the leap. I mean, of course, bringing in a guy like Vrabel was huge.
Yep.
So,
And then bringing in back Josh McDaniels,
yes.
who I've said a million times on the show. I think
He's an OC.
He's a great OC. He's a horrible head coach.
100%.
And he is just, and the sad part is with him doing what he's doing with Drake May, he's going to end up getting another shot. It's going to happen.
You got to just wonder if he wants the other shot, though.
Dude, if I was an offensive coordinator making millions of dollars, and I'm getting to work with this guy, and I just did the Tom Brady thing, and I'd like struggled being a head coach in places, unless
you know you've learned from it. Yeah.
unless I'm going to a place that has like that established guy, that a Buffalo if McDermott is out if they lose.
Yeah, that would not be a bad spot.
Something like that. Like I don't want him drafting my quarterback.
No.
I don't want him doing any of that. I want him to come in and be the guy to say, all right, this is what we're going. This is the direction we're going.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the guy that drafted Tim Tebow. I can make this guy a quarterback.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which, granted, Tebow did get a playoff win. A luck win. But it was a win, nonetheless. Against who? The Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyway, I like everything New England's done. I'm with you on it. I think they cover the 3.5.
At home, yeah, I already marked it. I think New England's covering 3.5 here.
And then I'm not saying that Harbaugh and Herbert have done a bad job this year. I just think they're in a bad spot.
Yeah, this isn't the matchup you would have wanted. You would have liked to fall around in that five spot, get the Steelers first round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but falling into a team that looks like they have it together. The Patriots are they're going to be good throughout these playoffs. I don't see them getting blown out by anybody, but I think if the Patriots have to play the Jags or the Texans in the next round, which is all likely what they'll run into, it's going to be that'll be more interesting to me at that time.
Patriots are the 2, correct?
Patriots are the 2. Yeah,
Denver's that's right, because I saw why they're the 2? The tiebreaker went all the way back down to common opponents. Common opponents. Denver is 6-0 against common opponents. New England is 5-1.
Yeah.
The team they lost to was the Week 1 loss to the Raiders.
Oh.
And I believe if they'd have went to the next tiebreaker, New England would have been the first seed. But it was that common opponent loss to the Raiders in Week 1.
That sucks too, because that's just where you're getting your feet wet.
Yeah, and that's fucking the Raiders, who now we know are awful.
Awful.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's bad when you got the 2 teams with the worst record coming in, and the team with the second worst record beats you by like 20.
Yeah. Well, I think the Texans cover 3 over the Steelers.
Ooh, easy. Easy.
I think they get to Aaron Rodgers a lot. They make his day a living hell.
It's going to be awful for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yes.
It's going to be awful. There is no more magic in this. I think this is going to be the final game of Rodgers' career, which, God help me, it is. I think this could be Mike Tomlin's exit.
Yeah, I think it is. Honestly, it's
And
it looks like it's time for a change there, and they need to go in a different direction. Just because what you've had over the last 4 or 5 seasons has been the same.
it's the same thing. Let's finish 9-7. Let's make the playoffs. Let's lose in the first round.
Right, and I don't see the story changing this year because the 2 hottest teams in the AFC are the Texans and the Jags, and honestly, I find those, if you look at the matchups, if the Texans win, the Jags win, the Patriots win. The Texans go to the Patriots, and then the Jags go to the Broncos.
Whew.
And I honestly think the Jags and the Texans are going to be in the conference championship.
Hey, they very well could be. I kind of like what you're saying. I think New England might be a year away.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that Drake May's been in the MVP talk.
They should be.
I think it's crazy that Trevor Lawrence has been kind of like that third guy coming down the stretch. I still think Matt Stafford wins it hands down. You don't throw 45 touchdowns in the season.
Stafford was lights out this year.
Yes.
He's the only reason I was in the final fantasy football. And Jordan Love was the guy I picked, but he's missed so much time. And I had Stafford as the backup, and that worked out well.
Dude, I fucking picked up Purdy
Yeah.
late in the season because I needed a
Got him when he was
guy.
hot.
I needed a guy
I wish
because
you would've
Herbert
got-
was on a bye.
I just wish you would have got Purdy for week. I wish you would have played week 18 Purdy instead of week 17 Purdy.
No, I needed that one. Dude, I told you, I was watching that game, and the first pass was a pick 6, and I'm like, God damn. And I was mad. I turned the game.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching it. I mean, because, we'd already talked. We'd already had our discussion.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, I can't sit there and watch it. I paid attention a little, and then we started watching. We watched the movie, and then I turned it back. I checked the score, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. You're like, oh, there's points on the board.
This is a game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They just traded punches back and forth that entire game.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, where's the defense? No defense in that game at all.
Yeah. All right. Let's stay on the football topic.
Yeah, let's keep going through. Let's see what you think. If we go with the projections we got, next week you'll have Broncos and Texans, and then we'll have Patriots and Jags.
If it plays out the way we think, Patriots and Jags. Maybe Jacksonville in New England.
Yes.
Man, Jacksonville is just hot right now.
Yeah.
Just hot. I'm impressed what Cohen has done there.
We talked about it last week too, and I was like, man, Kentucky had that guy.
Yeah, he was in your building.
He was in the building 2 years.
Couldn't identify him, but you guys might have been honestly a year or 2 late on that too with Stoops.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think once you saw his best friend leave and go to the biggest rival, I felt like the writing was on the wall there. You knew the bridge was coming down, and it was a sinking ship for sure. And I don't know. Cohen dipping his toes in and out of the NFL at that time. He needed a bigger role than OC.
Yeah.
And if you were to do it, it was going to be kind of like that time when he was in the building still before the NFL came calling back again.
Yeah.
And when they called, he was gone. And I mean, I get it. It looks like he belongs in the league.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. His offensive mind is great. I mean, this is the best I think Trevor Lawrence has ever looked.
Absolutely. No, he's the guy that Trevor Lawrence needed here.
Yeah.
And now look where you're at. And I mean, I don't see any lit up in the Jags at all.
Nah.
So-
They just got to keep drafting well and developing.
Yeah.
I'm still a little confused on the Travis Hunter trade.
Yeah.
That was a little weird for me, but I mean,
Didn't make a lot of sense to me either.
no, it didn't. But you know,
Here we are. So yeah, let's say Jags and Patriots.
man,
I think the Jags would be one of the best teams the Patriots have played, and they're rolling.
I'm gonna say the thing that we know the least about that could happen depends on the weather in New England.
No, that you make a valid point.
That is, I mean,
Yeah, if it's 33 clear skies, okay.
okay, maybe.
Maybe.
But if it's nasty snowing,
I guess you got to go Patriots then, right? Yeah, because you're gonna.
I mean, again, we're a week away. I don't know what the weather's going to be like there.
Yeah, we don't. No one does. Even the weatherman doesn't.
No.
He might want to give you a prediction,
Yeah.
but on his 10-day forecast, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not following the 10-day forecast for that.
no, not at all.
I think that's the thing. Weather is going to be an issue.
Yeah, weather could play a role.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you there. Now
Um,
that could slow you down. That
and
poses a problem in the other game we're talking about too, because the Broncos and Texans
in Denver
in Denver,
and not in a dome.
yeah, and Texans are used to that warm climate all the time because
Yeah.
they're inside, 70 degrees, baby. And
Saying that's going to be Buffalo next year.
oh yeah,
Going to be Buffalo playing in their sweet new dome.
it's nice.
They needed something. Crazy.
Well, you're seeing a lot of teams go dome, especially in the North, because they want to host the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the only way that any of these teams will host the Super Bowl outside of MetLife for some god awful reason, where everybody decides to hurt themselves,
Yeah. I mean,
that's an issue.
yeah. I mean, Philly could host one.
I mean, yeah, it's a little farther south than.
I mean, if New York can
MetLife.
host one, Philly can host one. The problem is the facility's already there for hosting a
Well,
Super
it snowed during the Super Bowl last year.
Bowl. Yeah.
Well, actually, it was a couple days after it started snowing. And they do a good job of getting it all melted and everything like that. But it was fucking cold. I was there last year for it. It was cold.
I'd love fucking a snow Super Bowl. I think it'd be great.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, because I love snow games. I love watching it. I love seeing them slide all
Yeah,
over the
but
place.
you're forgetting the whole marketing aspect of the Super Bowl.
I get it.
They got performances and all this other, and the snow just doesn't go behind the halftime show or the pregame show and all this other. Like, no one wants the snow as interfering with that because it's more than us, the
Yeah.
avid football fans watching now.
I mean,
It's
I don't
the-
ever watch the
it's the-
halftime show anyway.
I don't either. I don't even know who. Oh, it was Kendrick Lamar last year, but I don't remember outside of seeing like TikToks or Instagram reels of it after the fact.
I just remember
'Cause-
him just dogging Drake. That's it.
Yeah, I remember at halftime we discussed the first half.
Yep.
I was in a bar in Philly and it's jammed shoulder to shoulder. And like me, my buddy Josh, and Mike and Christina are there, and we're just talking about like this isn't happening, right? Like this is not the Super Bowl, is it? Are we sure? This is just a normal weekend,
This is preseason, right?
right? Like what's happening?
It looks like Kansas City's preseason.
It's just, what the fuck's happening? And you're locked in. I mean, it was the bar wasn't comfortable even after the Devontae Smith bomb.
Yeah.
Once we pulled the starters, and that was like 6 minutes to go.
That's you're like, okay.
Okay, I think if Coach feels we got this one, we got this one.
Dude, you guys
Because
had
the
you
amount
guys had
of,
it at halftime.
well, yeah, but the amount of you go back and look at it, yeah. But in the moment, you're a Philadelphia sports fan.
I get it.
You've been lit down in situations like this before. You don't take it for granted, and it's always glass half empty in Philly when it comes to that, because there's no way that you do that to a Patrick Mahomes team looking to three-peat.
Well, you did.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just that. But back that we're off course again.
Well, we're always off course.
Of course.
Always
But
off course.
the Birds. Where was that?
We were talking.
Oh, we're talking about snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking
All right.
about
So
it.
yeah, it didn't snow till later. It was actually, but it was fucking freezing.
Yeah.
It was not snow. There's still remnants of snow on the around town,
Yeah.
but it did not actually snow the day of the Super Bowl. So that would have worked out. You could have had it just been frigid as hell out there.
But like we were talking about the New England and the Denver stuff. I think those games, until we see what the weather is, I can't really. If it's nice, I think Houston can absolutely go into Denver.
No, yeah. Now that you think about it, like I'm looking at it, I'm like, this could be difficult for both of these teams.
Yeah, I can. I mean, nice weather. A balmy 50 degrees. Jacksonville could easily go into
Mm-hmm.
in the New England anyway. If it stays the course as we're thinking it's going to. Any kind of inclement weather, I swing hard the other way.
100%. I agree. Go the home.
Hard the other way.
Yeah, because it does play a role. You might not say, a lot of people might say, no, it doesn't. They can overcome. They got to go travel during the year anyway and do this. No, not in a playoff atmosphere. Not.
It matters, sir.
It matters huge. Yeah,
Matters.
that's why Philadelphia has always been very successful at home in the playoffs. And that goes back to the Patriots playing a lot of home games in the playoffs in their day.
Yes, sir.
Kansas City's great at home.
Well, look at the Tuck Rule game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like weather disaster, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just gnarly. And the Raiders stayed in it. I mean, that was a fumble. We all know that. We know it's a fumble.
Let's see. If you go to the other side, it could be just the same kind of scenario, right? A lot of cold weather teams here, though.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, the Eagles, the Bears, the Packers. You see the Pack advance. They're on the road no matter what.
Yeah. I don't think weather's really going to affect them.
No,
Other than like rain somewhere,
Right.
maybe.
If the Packers do win, they're going to Seattle. No questions asked, right?
Yep.
So we think the Pack win. They're going to Seattle. Cold weather, rain, whatever.
I don't
Rain, they're not as great in. The snow, they're fine.
Yeah.
I think that's where you don't know. You need the snow if it's going to be that way in Seattle. You do not want the rain.
You need it. You need. Oh no! You want the rain in Seattle. You don't want the snow in Seattle.
No, you want the snow.
Why? The Green Bay will be just fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, as a Seattle fan, you want the rain.
Rain. Yeah. For me, I want snow. I want cold snow. I'm good with it.
Yeah,
we're good with that.
the Pack will be just fine if they're playing in the snow in Seattle.
Yeah, they'll get a heavy dose of Josh Jacobs, and that'll be the end of it.
Absolutely.
And I'm fine with that.
Then, I think the trouble comes for a team like the Rams if they got to go on the road to Philadelphia
Yeah.
or on the road to Chicago. Those are cold weather spots, and the Rams did play well in the snow in Philly, but just not well enough
No.
last year.
I mean, they just ran out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. It was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It was probably the tightest game the Eagles played the entire playoffs.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't probably. It was.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah.
But I like what you're saying there. I like what you're saying. The Rams, no matter where they're going to play, they're playing outside in the cold.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, they're getting
Unless something crazy happens, it's like San Fran beats Philly,
yeah.
Green Bay beats Chicago.
That still doesn't matter. They would go to the Bears.
If Green Bay beats Chicago,
Oh, never mind. They would go to. They play at home. If the Niners win and the Rams win and the Packers win, the Rams go home.
yeah.
Then the Rams would get the Niners at home and the Packers would go on the road to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. There's no way 3 NFC West teams are making it to the next round.
Yeah, it's just that NFC West was just brutal.
It was
son.
tough. Yeah, I mean,
Brutal.
Sucks for Arizona.
Oh, Arizona just got their ass kicked all the
Yeah,
time.
100%. But yeah, if it plays out the way we think, you got Green Bay on the road in Seattle. Weather won't make much of a difference. I like the Packers in the playoffs. Period. Especially that they got the opportunity to be healthy. Seahawks defense will pose a big problem. That'll be an interesting one to watch. If we get the Eagles and the Rams,
That's going to be a show, regardless.
it'll be great. The Rams have so much bulletin board material, and just they need that get back after the beginning of this year, after last year, and years past.
I mean, and if you think about it honestly, the Rams have been your guys' biggest competition, in my opinion, over the last couple of years, as far as the games, the closeness of the games you guys have played.
Oh, absolutely. No.
I mean, they've been fantastic games to watch all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys pretty much won this year with a block field goal return for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
That sealed it.
That sealed it.
You know, you're going from thinking, "Fuck, we may lose here in a second," to "Oh fuck,
Yeah. Look, we're fine.
yeah, we're good, we're good." But yeah, I'm like you. There's no way that all three of these teams advance.
Yeah, I think I would like more of an Eagles-Bears matchup. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I think Green Bay's got that.
We'll see. I would like it a lot better if Parsons was playing.
Well, everybody would, right? Yeah, at least in Green Bay. The
Yes.
Bears are loving the fact Parsons is not playing.
I'm sure.
And any team that may play them in the future. So
I'm sure.
I like our picks. I think we're pretty much going to see that unfold. But you never know. It is playoff football. Crazy things
Yep.
always happen here. So next week we could probably make a Super Bowl guesstimate. I think.
We'll make
Because now we get to see what we're seeing in the playoffs. We get to see what teams come out, and what unfolds after this week, and then kind of get a good direction where we want.
So we know where we are on that. So we think McDermott's going to be out with a loss.
It might be time to turn the page.
We think Tomlin's going with a loss.
With a loss, I think you got with those losses. If Pittsburgh wins, I think it saves Tomlin's job for some crazy reason.
They've got to win. I think if Baltimore makes that kick, Harbaugh is still in Baltimore. Tomlin's out this week.
100%.
And the thing about it is, Pittsburgh is very. I love the way Pittsburgh deals with things as an organization. They find a guy, they target a guy they like, and unless something goes just absolutely bonkers multiple years in a row,
Right.
they don't really panic. I mean, Tomlin's never had a losing season.
Right.
I mean, granted, he has had multiple
Close ones.
close ones.
Yeah.
I think he's had several 500 seasons, but never a losing season. But I mean, just how they've had 3 coaches since 1970 something. The Raiders are paying 5 coaches right now. They're paying $50 million to 5 coaches, not to coach.
Not to coach.
Not to coach. Fucking stupid. Paying Pete Carroll $16 million, not to coach.
Maybe that was Pete Carroll's whole idea anyway. They're going to fire me after this. I can't do shit with this. I'm going to get paid and just
I'm gonna go make
extra
me
money in
I'm gonna go make
retirement.
me an extra $30 million and just call it a day.
Yeah. Why not pad the bank account?
Enjoy. Add to my retirement fund that you know.
That was already
That was
fucking
already-
stocked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's just old. What is he? 73?
74 now, I think.
Yeah. That's
Might be older than that, to be honest with you, but he's up there.
yeah. It's crazy to think that McVay is what 38, 39.
74. Pete Carroll.
How old's McVay?
He's 42, right?
I want to think he's like 38 to 42, somewhere in that range.
39.
Damn.
We're both older than he is. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, there's a lot of guys I'm older than. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. With the younger,
With the
now coming
younger
up.
kids, I would be an elder statesman as a head coach. I don't want to be a head coach. I want to be a GM. I can do that way better. I can do that way better.
All right, let's get into some of these bowl games.
Yeah, let's talk about
We
it.
we started the Final Four yesterday with a fucking great game.
Oh, fantastic game.
Yeah, Ole Miss and Miami, and Miami is really just fucking shitting on Notre Dame.
They're shitting on everybody.
Well, they're shitting on everybody. Yeah,
They're
you're
shitting
correct.
on Notre Dame. They're shitting on the SEC right now.
Yeah, but they are making Notre Dame eat every word they've ever spit out.
Yeah. We went into it, and I told you that if I could pick, I would be fine with Miami winning. Miami winning to me is good for two reasons. I think college football is better when Miami is good.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I think college football. There's teams that I think college football is better when these teams are good. Miami is one of them. Florida State's one of them. I hate to say this, but they're better when Nebraska's good too. 'Cause I used to hate Nebraska, and it's kind of hard to hate a team. That's irrelevant.
I mean, what sucks though for like Nebraska is they have such a great and large fan base, and to be this irrelevant for so long
Yes.
after such great success and like just setting yourself up.
Well, NIL's kind of just jacked everything up anyway. We've talked about that ad nauseum. They're gonna the NCAA, as weird as it sounds, they didn't want to do anything, and then they just said, "Fuck it, we'll just open the door to everything," and it's too much Wild Wild West for me.
Absolutely.
It's just too much. I mean, the whole thing with the kid from Washington drives me nuts. Like, if I was Washington, it goes back to what you and I talked about. We're signing these kids contracts. I don't really consider them students anymore.
No, they're not. They're professional athletes.
But that's how the kid from Washington is going to get out of it. He's just going to unenroll from Washington and enroll where we're going to pay him the most
Yeah.
NIL, which is what the kid from Wisconsin did last year that signed with Wisconsin and hopped in the portal and joined Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, the Big Ten they're still in court. They're still legal. They're still waiting. Well, I think when you get into a situation like this, I think the NCAA has to step in. I think the NCAA needs to be like, you know what? We're going to pause this. You can't transfer. We're not going to let you play. You don't have to play in Washington, but we're not going to let you transfer until we get a ruling from the court.
Well, he's going to miss a year.
That's what you get for.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sign a contract and then immediately say, "Oh, I'm going to sign over here now."
Yeah, I think the thing that's lost in this whole scenario is these are still children.
They are children.
Right? We're talking 18 to 24-year-olds right now. And honestly, all children.
Yeah.
I know I was still a child between 18 and 24. As
Oh,
much
I
as I
know.
thought I was a fucking adult, I was not.
I'm a man. I'm 23.
Exactly. Exactly. But you're not.
No,
You have
no.
no real world experience.
No.
You've been held on a pedestal your entire life because you're so good at a particular sport. So these kids are out here not looking at the big picture, right?
No.
Like you look at a guy like Williams, and he signs the deal. Sounds great. Lane Kiffin calls him up. How much was that? We got more. Okay. Like, that's his first thing. He's like, I can go play for Kiffin in LSU
And make more money.
and make more money. What?
Yeah.
But hold on. I'm backing out. I'm hitting the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though, is what's legally binding him there? He signed an NIL deal. There's no legal binding thing to it. Don't pay him.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is you can't. A team shouldn't be in a position to where like
Oh, I agree.
we think we've got our guy, he's signed, he's committed here, and then a day later not be committed.
Well, yeah, because I'm not. I haven't scouted another quarterback. I haven't made contact with another quarterback.
Yeah.
Now I got to find a starting quarterback for next year. All of a sudden, no.
Yes.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm just playing the other side of this.
It's
These are kids that they can't make decisions. like this. No, there
Yes.
needs to be their agents or whoever they're working with. They need to be smarter.
The kid's agent has dropped him.
Yeah,
It's like, but no, we're not going to do this.
right.
And it's like, there has to be a line drawn somewhere.
Exactly.
Somewhere. Right now, there is no line.
None.
And it is just wild, wild west. It is ultimate free agency. And it's ultimate free agency every year.
Right.
And me personally, it hurts fan bases. It hurts. It's hurting. These kids are
It's killing the sport.
Yes.
It's killing fandom. It's killing everything. Like, I
want to see a guy stay at a school for 4 years.
right.
I love that. I mean, fine if you want to go somewhere else. I get it. But at the same time, I don't want to see, Joe Smo play for Georgia this year or Miami next year, and then he's going to go play at Penn State the year after, and then maybe he'll be at UCLA the year after that.
Then he's got a grad year that he's going to go and take for the 5th school in 5 years. Like, no.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
I hate it.
I hate it.
What is your loyalty? There's no
loyalty. Loyalty
No.
died.
Well, it's because it's professional sports now.
NIL killed loyalty.
Absolutely. So the thing
And it's
was,
not even NIL. It's pro.
yeah,
You're a professional athlete. You're being paid to play a sport.
yeah, you're now attending a university who is paying you from a collective that allows for you to do this, and this is where it all needs to be shored up. You've got to put in a restriction on transfers.
Yep. Restriction on transfers.
Sign contracts, and that says
Multiple. I think it's got to be at least a 2 year. I don't think it can be 1 year stuff.
I say that, but why sign a 2-year commitment in basketball for, say, Cam Boozer?
No, I get something like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
So,
get something like that.
maybe you write something in the contract if you've got, unless you go to the draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you go to, you've got it written in that, hey, you've got a 2 year deal. If you decide to go pro, then the deal is only worth this much.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You forfeit this
the second
much money.
year of the contract.
Right.
Which is that, something like that in place. Restrict the number of transfers.
Mm-hmm.
And the only exceptions are made when a coach leaves.
Well, yeah, I'm good with that. You got to fix as far as football, you have to fix their calendar too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
Agreed.
portal cannot be open while you're still playing games.
Right. Not why you've got guys that are still playing. They can't even hit the portal till later, and because they're still playing for this team. Like, you've got guys at Ole Miss, Miami, Oregon, and Indiana that are all still playing football. They can't hit the portal.
Yeah.
So why is the portal open for these guys now? Who thought this was a good idea in general, especially when you decided that we're going to expand the playoff?
Yeah. Well, you expand the playoff. You open the portal. You also, when you push the portal date back too, you don't get the situation you had like with Lane Kiffin.
Well, yes.
You don't get
need
this
that.
stupid, like, it's just
You can't
dumb.
start hiring coaches unless they're free agents.
Yeah, until the season is over.
Absolutely.
Then you can start looking at coaches.
Do you think Lane Kiffin makes a difference for Ole Miss in yesterday's game?
No, I think what Golden has done has been fantastic.
I mean, his second career win was against Georgia.
I mean, he did fantastic. I mean, we knew that they were going to out-talent Tulane. I mean, that was just it was just a given. When you and I said both that.
I thought Tulane was going to cover, though.
The group of five stuff is done in the playoffs. Unless they are straight up like Boise State was last year, where they were ranked in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
They're done. They're done. It's a waste. It's a wasted playoff spot for a team that can get in. I don't want to say this, but that is the side of the argument that I completely understand from the Notre Dame side.
No, I agree. We talked about it last week and the week before just last week, but we've communicated about it before. 2 group of 5 teams don't need to be in here.
No.
One's already a stretch, and I like it because we need to give that opportunity to a team that doesn't necessarily have the opportunity to pad a schedule that is naturally padded for a Big Ten or an SEC school. And so, yes, there should be one.
Yeah.
You got 12 teams in, it's not going to make or break the system. But when you made the decision to put in 2 this year, and you have a team like Notre Dame, not only are you gaining the viewership, so if you want to talk about the monetary side of everything, of course, that makes sense. And Notre Dame is clearly better in both of these teams.
Yeah, they were clearly better in both of them. And BYU's better in both of them.
I agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
There is an argument. I mean, there's several. There's
Tennessee's-
a lot of teams that were.
Tennessee's better in both of these
Yeah.
teams. You know,
Missouri's better in both of these teams.
Right, exactly. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to put one in.
Yeah.
And when you put the one in, unless they're ranked in like the top 10, they need to be the 12th seed.
Yes. No.
Not the number 25 team in the league that ends up being the 12. I mean, granted, they are seated where they need to be, but they were both the 11 and 12. I get it. But at the same time, like, you could have reseeded it a little bit differently to where you don't have 2 SEC teams playing each other in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been Bama and Notre Dame here.
Bama, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Notre Dame.
Right. Yeah, you could have left Bama out even.
Either way.
But, I mean, you just move everybody around. Like, Miami either is now the 11. And then you get... If that happened, you're looking at Ole Miss and Miami in the first round. And good God, that's a way to start the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, the way Bama played in the SEC championship game, and I know they turned around and they beat Oklahoma, but I mean, even Oklahoma getting in was a little bit of a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because, I mean, Oklahoma offensively...
Well, I mean, you just go back and just look at the Indiana game they played.
Yeah.
They were outmanned, outmatched, outcoached, everything you want to say.
Across the board.
Indiana demolished Alabama.
Yeah. I was shocked, to be honest.
Never saw that coming.
Never saw it coming. I mean, but Indiana plays the portal game. That's all they're doing. They don't recruit freshmen. They're one of the oldest teams in college football.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how you quickly rebuild a program, too, right?
Well, that's the only way it's going to be.
If you're going to do it quickly, yes.
That's it. But at the same time, in an Indiana standpoint, that's how you're going to sustain it. You're going to get all these older guys where, Miami's still recruiting top play guys. I mean, look at Tony. That kid is crazy good. And then, you're going to have the SEC still going to get these top play guys. The NIL is kind of helping disperse it a little bit, but you're going to have teams like Indiana. It's like, hey, we're just not going to recruit freshmen. We'll just wait. We'll let them develop. We'll let somebody else develop them. And then we'll just pick and choose who fits our system best.
I agree.
I mean, I get it. There's talk said, like, if Cignetti win or lose, one of these NFL teams should call him. That's what Rich Eisen said, that if I were the Raiders, he'd be the first guy I'd call. We want you and your quarterback.
Yeah.
Because we hold the first pick. And we'll give you carte blanche on whatever you want to do here. Which the Raiders do for about a year, and then when they suck.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just hate that NIL deal. Let's just get back to the game tonight.
But no, I agree with you. I mean, just to finish up on it, is there needs to be a complete restructure of everything.
Yeah. Yep.
And, we've talked about it. There needs to be a committee of, past and current coaches. And
I'd be fine with some past ADs and stuff too.
Yeah, ADs, agents, whoever. They all need to come in and they need to kind of bargain and create a sustainable model for NIL. And it needs to allow for sustainability
Yeah.
across programs. Because right now, the way things are going, it's hard to sustain any kind of success or, really anything.
Yeah.
Because what are we doing?
I mean, I know coaching and stuff still plays into this kind of stuff. Like, the better your coach are, the better you're going to be.
Right, because there's coaches that get more out of less all the time. Look at Izzo.
Yeah.
Izzo's lived that model for his entire career.
Izzo's one of the best to ever do it. I mean, the crazy part, he could do it anywhere, and I'm sure he's had chances to go other places, but he stayed. It goes back to a loyalty thing. I mean, there's guys that are loyal like that.
Yeah. Coaches generally, when they sustain success somewhere, they want to stay.
Yeah, they get happy. They're like, you know what? Why change my entire life for something?
I'm being paid well. I'm doing well. I'm succeeding here. What is the drive to go elsewhere?
The two guys that come to mind the most when it comes to that, did you think about Izzo?
Right.
And then you got Mark Few.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's been there, 30 years?
He's developed a program that is sustained success, and he hasn't had to leave.
What's crazy, it's the success of his team has actually built the conference up, because now you've got teams like St. Mary's that's pretty good every year. San Francisco has been pretty good the last couple of years.
Yeah, you're seeing teams that want to match the level, and and there's guys that don't necessarily want to go play for the best; they want to take down the best.
Yep. I mean, but hey, I think that changes. Is it next year? Gonzaga joins the
Pac-12.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know how much.
Well, they pulled St. Mary's into that too, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But they're the non-football schools that are going to be in it. But I thought Gonzaga could have won the Pac-12 5 years ago.
Oh, I agree. No, that's the type of success they've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's jump back in. We're going to talk about the game last night. Probably the best game of the playoffs so far.
Awesome.
Ole Miss has been part of both of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else, A&M and Miami was a good game if you like defensive battles.
Yeah.
And you like to watch defenses succeed. And if you love punts.
Yeah. That was that game.
Yeah.
That game.
100%.
And then Miami beating Ohio State was kind of, Miami kind of handled them.
They did.
Kind of handled them. But last night's game was fantastic. And for the score to end up 31-27, in my opinion, is insane, considering Miami dropped 3 or 4 interceptions. They had a bazillion penalties.
Miami dominated this football game, and it doesn't look that way when you look at the outcome and how they traded the leads back and forth
in the fourth quarter, in the second half.
Yeah, it didn't look that way. Ole Miss was very fortunate with a lot of the mistakes. Miami didn't capitalize on them.
Nope.
And but Miami still comes out. They're going home.
Going home to play for a chip.
Yep.
That's something. That's nice.
It's motivation right there.
Yeah, it is motivation.
Yeah, so that means Oregon or Indiana's playing a true road game in a championship game.
Yes, it is a true road game for sure.
Yeah.
I'm down. Like I said, I didn't really care who won. Like, I wanted Miami to win. I don't want to say I didn't care who won.
Yeah.
But if Ole Miss would have won, hats off to them. Great job. Dole's doing. I think they've got their guy. I think he's going to be just fine.
Keeping things about the same, he'll allow for your guys, not too many of them to hit the portal, right? You've got a lot of guys that probably respect him. They're going to want to stick around. Yeah. And outside of the number of guys, they're going to be trying to be persuaded to leave and hit the portal because of all the talents and things like that. And I think that's where you're going to see something with Ole Miss, because how many people are going to follow Lane Kiffin?
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, he's taken Charlie Weiss Jr. with him.
Yep.
Why did they let Charlie Weiss Jr. stay but not Lane Kiffin?
There was several assistants that stayed.
Yeah.
And Lane,
he wanted to stay and coach.
Lane wanted to stay and coach it. Ole Miss didn't want him to, And then he's like, all right, fine. Well, he pretty much told his assistants, well, if you're coming with me, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
It's either now or never. And I get that too. And then, like, he kind of caught a little backlash from it. And he was like, all right, fine. Go, coach. You know, we can't just, I don't want to have this much egg on my face that I am, because I'm doing something else that, you know.
Yeah, that we're uplifting your whole
Yeah.
success and everything and making you leave that.
I mean, me and you wanted him to stay. I was completely.
Well, the thing was, he tried to negotiate it to where they didn't even come out with the news until they were done with it.
Done with the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
But I understand with the portal being open, that's what drives this, right? They need to know who the coach is. You can't. LSU's like, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We need everybody in the portal to know that you're here.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be tough for Ole Miss to sustain success because he's gonna poach some of these guys.
He's going to. I mean, he's already poaching guys. And
But you're taking half the staff with you.
Yeah. Well, you're taking half.
So Golden's got to build his own.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is the running backs coach last night for Ole Miss, December 28th. He was the running backs coach for LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not anymore. He's on the Ole Miss staff.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's guys out there to be had, but at the same time, the schedule is what killed this. Schedule is what made all of this a huge thing.
No, 100%. The portal needs to be pushed back, which I think you will see because it took a level of a coaching change like Lane Kiffin's for that to take place.
Yeah, and you see how messed up the system, to really see how messed up the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had several. I mean, Tulane didn't have any problem letting their guy coach.
No.
Like, hey, you're going to a bigger job. We get it.
Yeah, we know we're stepping stone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with James Madison. Yeah. I mean, anywhere else, you look at these schools. I mean, hell, even Kentucky would probably understand it.
I mean, fucking look at Duke.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Elko's at Texas A&M. Manny Diaz is, in probably the next 2 years, is probably going to get another job somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, Duke's going to be a stepping stone. I mean, fuck, I'd take Manny Diaz.
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't?
I'd take him right now. But man, I didn't get to see the beginning of the game. I finished the game.
It was defensive for the most part up front.
Yeah,
took a while to score some points, and then it got going.
And when it got going, it got good.
Yeah.
And like, there was a few calls that were a little suspect on both sides. You know, the first question Golden was asking in the press conference after the game was the Hail Mary, whether he thought it was pass interference on it. And he never really answered. He's like, that's not why we lost the game.
Yeah.
He's like, this happened. We made mistakes here and there. We got out coached in certain situations. Like he didn't make any excuses.
Right.
He went full blown standard coach speak, but he didn't even really get into the pass interference. What he pretty much said, he's like, they were both fighting for it.
Right. No, you're not going to lay it on that, right?
Yeah. Well, even the official that ESPN had in the booth with him was like, what he called it, he's like, in a situation like that, that's what we as referees call mutual combat.
That's fair.
And that they're both in a situation like that, they're both fighting for space, they're both doing this, both doing that. 99% of the time, we're not going to make that call.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good on you. Which I can't think of any Hail Mary situation where I've seen any kind of pass interference called. They usually kind of let that kind of play out.
It's got to be egregious.
Yeah, it's got to be it's got to be straight up. You got to grab
a jersey and pull a guy down.
Slam a guy down or something like that.
Yeah, it's got to be really egregious. And it's got to be super visible, which is anything in that kind of scrum is so hard to tell anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of hand grabbing, a lot of arm grabbing and things like that. Lots of holding in there. And, you're not going to be able to call it. That's why you don't see it. It has to be egregious before you see that because you're not going to let that dictate the outcome of a game.
Yeah. But I mean, hats off to Ole Miss.
Yeah, no, great season. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I thought they were one of the best teams in the country, and they showed it throughout the year. We've been really high on them.
Yeah.
It sucks that Lane Kiffin didn't get to take its run with them, considering he helped build this team.
Yeah, he helped put it together.
Right.
He was orchestrating it, and it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Agreed.
So, like, you look at the Georgia Ole Miss playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the same thing with tonight's game. It's going to be really hard. And after watching Oregon play Texas Tech,
matching the defensive level of Texas Tech.
Not matching it, crushing it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I mean, you put up 23 against Texas Tech's defense, and
You shut them out.
shut them out.
Oh, like.
But then you got to look. Indiana did almost the same thing to Alabama.
They did.
That's
They did.
why
But here's the difference.
points are good. Points might be a luxury in this game.
This could be one of those, again, I say it all the time, this can be one of those 10, 13,
Mm-hmm.
13, 17, 14, 17. Hell, dude, it could be 9-6. I don't want to see a 9-6 game. But it could be that. It could every well be that.
I agree. Yeah. Honestly, like every time we second guess Indiana, they just prove us wrong. I'm taking Indiana money line.
We have second guesses a lot.
Yeah, and every time they prove us wrong.
You hear the crazy part? They're the only team that had a first round bye that has won.
Yes.
The
Well,
only
last year, all four first
round bye lost.
lost. Yeah.
They're the only ones, which is
In 2 years.
insane. It is the first round bye schools are 1-7.
That's wild.
And Indiana is, but again, it goes back. They're the oldest team in college football.
Yeah.
They're playing 23-year-olds against 18, 19-year-olds.
No, I mean, yeah, and there's a huge growth level there, right?
Yeah.
The ability to pack on muscle and just the overall experience level is different.
You're getting a semi-touch of almost grown man strength.
100%.
You hear like some of these NFL interviews and stuff where they're like, oh, when's the first time you really experienced like grown man strength? And, somebody was telling, I heard a story once. It's not to get off topic, which we do all the time.
Yeah.
They were one of the I think it was one of the Panthers rookies or somebody. They were talking about the first experience of grown man strength for them was Julius Peppers.
Oh, that's more than grown man strength.
Yeah, but it was
God, what I'm trying to think of a better term.
I think it was a running back or something said that he tried to hit a hole and that all of a sudden he just felt something clamp on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm trying to yank, and like I went to yank, and my arm went the other way.
It's just like 4 fingers too, with like fucking Julius Peppers. It's not even all 5. He's only got like 4, and he's gripped you.
I met Julius Peppers once, and when I met him, he was in short slides and a tank top. Okay,
He can count the potato.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like good. I'm from meter you away from it, and he's 6'6", 290.
Mm-hmm.
And like height wise, I've been around tall people. I'm right at 6 foot.
Right.
I probably shrunk a little bit at my old age, but like height wise, I could see. Yeah, you're definitely 6'6". You're definitely a big dude.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, dude,
He's
he looked
wide.
like he was 3 feet wide at the shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
and he like just ripped.
Rick Shithouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, dude, I bet you I could hit this dude as hard as I wanted to
It wasn't much.
in his stomach. And like, I would probably hurt my hand. Like, there's just no freaking way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But so you want Indiana? You going Indiana tonight?
I feel like I have to.
We're not laying anything on this. You want to do a gentleman's bet on this one?
You want to go to the Oregon side?
I will take. I like Dan Lanning. And it is hard to
It's-
beat the same team twice in a season.
I agree with you. I do.
And if Indiana does this, then all right, fine, they got me. I'm still going for Miami in the championship game.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm all against Indiana always.
Oh, I know you are. I know it probably hurts your feelings.
I'm pulling for Oregon. Don't get me wrong. Definitely pulling for Oregon. However, every time I think Indiana's going to slip up, they prove me wrong. Every time I think there's an opportunity for them to lose, they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
So this is another prime example of that. And I'm pulling for Oregon. Everybody knows it, but I do think Indiana wins. And maybe that is the hex I need to put on them.
You're just gonna jump all in on it. I'm with them now.
Yeah, no. You'll never see me wearing any Hoosiers gear.
No,
I promise you that.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I know it is just Kentucky blue over there.
Yeah.
Kentucky blue, Kelly green,
No,
Phillies red. That's about as close to red as you get.
It's Phillies red and only Phillies red. Yeah.
I
I'll wear a little bit of red for the Sixers when it's not blue. And then the only orange I wear is for the Flyers.
No. Get out of here. Hang on. I wanted to see something real quick. I wanted to look at their schedule next year. Because Indiana's schedule, that is. Because, they've been very fortunate in their schedule to where they didn't really have to play anyone. Next year, their football schedule includes home games against Ohio State and USC. But they play nobody in the non-conference game. North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky.
North Texas was actually pretty good this year.
Yeah, but their quarterback hit their true freshman quarterback who threw for 4,500 yards hit the portal.
Oh, ouch. He's like, all right, I'm ready to play at a big school now. Let's go.
Dude, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like 4,500 yards, like 30 touchdown passes.
It sounds like he had a better year than the Heisman winner.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sold on it, but at the same time,
we're not sold on any of these quarterbacks.
No, we'll get into all that at a later date.
Yep.
Man, other than that, anything else?
Well, I mean, you're right in the middle of basketball season. You got that. College basketball's in full effect. Kentucky's hard to watch right now.
9-6 is not or that's the last time I saw was 9-6.
That's correct. They blew a 8-point lead with 5 minutes to go the other night
to Missouri. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I actually said something to somebody about that. I was like, I bet you Wes is not happy right now.
No, it's tough, man. And like I said, it comes back to the whole NIL thing, right? There's no consistency with my team.
No,
I used to grow with players.
not anymore, brother.
You're right. And I guess if anybody's adapted to it, it should be me, right? Because I had Calipari as a coach.
You're used to one and dones.
You're right, for 15 years. So,
but you still always had those couple of guys that were
like,
there.
Look at Willie Cauley-Stein. They grew throughout the system. One of my
The Harrison
favorite
brothers.
players. The Harrison brothers twins played for 2 years. You had some guys that stuck around. Terrence Jones, who ultimately won a national championship because he stuck around an extra year. But probably my favorite player of all time was in the first class, and is John Wall.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everybody loved Boogie, and
I didn't like Boogie.
Yeah, I like Devin Booker, Shea Gilders, Alexander, but a lot of these guys were only in the program for a year.
Yeah.
Like, I never got to truly see Devin Booker on display at Kentucky because he's part of that 2015 team.
That he played 20 minutes.
If that,
Yeah.
and that sucked. The same thing goes for Karl Anthony Towns. I never got to see these guys become who they could be and who they've turned out to be, of course, in the pros, because of only getting a year of them.
Well, the NBA is not really helping this either, because the NBA is just welcoming these young guys in. Because they're like, oh man, if we can get this, if this guy does what he's gonna do, this guy does what he's gonna do. That's why you don't see any. I mean, you don't usually see your first junior or senior drafted until late teens.
Well, yeah, because look, I mean, like, who doesn't want Cooper Flag in the league?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want VJ Edge coming in the league?
Yeah.
Like, look at those guys. Like, nothing, like, especially VJ. VJ is a next level than what he was at Baylor last year.
Yeah.
Like, unreal the way this kid's playing as a rookie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you want these guys, so maybe there needs to be something where they pull, 5 of these 17, 18-year-olds and say,
you guys are going to be this class.
Right. You're allowed to pull 5 to 7 of these guys that are so talented that we can just go ahead and send them.
Yep.
You have 32 scouts, one representative from each team, or 30 scouts, one representative from each team.
Yep.
And the consensus of the top 5, top 7 kids. And if you don't have 7 in a class that you're all sold on, and it's only 6, you just pull the 6.
Yeah. I mean, because you look at this year, in the NBA, it would be Boozer, Peterson, the kid from BYU.
Yeah, Abbott Dunsta, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, even my guy, Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast.
Well, you weren't going to think that was the kid coming in.
No.
He's developed almost overnight into that. He is the ultimate bulletin board guy. Yeah.
He's like I saw an interview. He said, I played with Peterson on the McDonald's All-American team. He never passed me the ball.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to show these guys.
100%.
And I like that fire.
Oh, yeah, you want that.
I like it. I hate I'm only going to get to see it for a year.
Right.
But I like it.
Well, I mean, it's like Amon St. Brown. Like, he's what, number 14, right?
Yeah.
He's number 14 because that's how many wide receivers were drafted above him.
He that's all he's done. And he's one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
And I like his attitude because he's still very humble as
oh yeah,
a player, for especially for like that position too.
We got people that do some AJ Brown-esque stuff.
Well, it's not even just that. It's like some of these guys are starting to be a little more. I like it when you got a workhorse like that.
Yes.
Who's like, I've had to scrap and fight and to get everything I've ever got. And I'm not letting you take it off my plate once I get it. And I love that attitude.
Yeah.
And that's what Caleb Wilson has. He is using that same fire. But I mean, these kids nowadays, they're athletically just insane. But we're in the middle of that. You were talking about Missouri. We dropped on the SMU last weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. Ugh. I mean, it's your second loss of the year. It's not 6.
No. I get it, but I mean SMU's 11-2. If you want to talk about what we're losing to, but it's still I don't want to lose to that.
I mean, no, I get it, but look, you got teams like Vandy that are 14-0. That's mind-boggling. However,
they haven't really played anybody yet.
No. Like, if you look at their out-of-conference schedule, it is weak. I think they did beat SMU, which is kind of funny. And they did beat their first test of the year, which was Bama the other night.
Yeah.
But you're looking at teams like Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Texas Southern, Western Kentucky, VCU, who's a shell of itself, Central Arkansas, Wake Forest, New Haven. I've never even heard of New Haven.
I don't even know who that is.
Lipscomb.
Yeah.
Eastern Kentucky. Damn, they went to Kentucky to beat both the other teams in there. Eastern and Western Kentucky.
They'll be at Lexington soon. Calm it down.
Yeah. Yeah, they do travel there at the end of February. So. And actually, Kentucky's got to go on the road there at the end of this month. So that won't be fun because that gym sucks.
Well, the SEC is, as a whole in basketball, has kind of taken a step backwards this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
compared to last year. But, I mean, last year was just a ridiculous year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would they end up with 12 teams in the tournament or something like
And
that?
they all performed well, with ultimately Florida winning the whole damn
Yeah.
thing. So
I mean, it's hard as a conference to do that.
well, yeah. So when you look at it, I think there's five teams that are in the top 25 in the SEC.
Yeah.
You got Tennessee, Georgia, Arkansas, Bama, and Vandy. And Arkansas looks good.
Yeah.
Like they're putting it together, and
There's-
that's a slow start for a John Calipari team is pretty typical.
Yeah. And then they usually get hot in the middle,
Yeah.
and then they'll have some kind of letdown in the tournament.
Yeah, of course. The first round exit usually. First weekend at least.
Yeah. I get it, dude. I'm a Carolina guy. I get it.
But I mean, if you look at the 3 losses that Arkansas has, they're against top 10 teams.
I mean, they lost to Duke, they lost to Houston, and who was their third loss? Oh,
Michigan State.
Which Michigan State was ranked 22nd at the time they played
Right.
them. But
It was
Michigan,
early on.
yep. But I mean, this is good stuff, man. I like the college football playoff. It's kind of like I ain't gonna say it's hurt my basketball stuff because I still watch Carolina play when I can.
Yeah.
But you know,
I just miss growing with players.
Yes.
Like and it's back to like my favorite player probably of all time in Kentucky is Jamal Mashburn. Played
Monster Mash.
Yeah, played 3 years, and you got to grow with him
Yeah, I respect
from
Mash.
being a great freshman, and then leaving after year 3 because obviously it makes sense. He was that good,
Yeah.
and then
Well, you look at like guys like that, and you miss just seeing those college guys adapt because I remember seeing Jamal in college. He was great.
oh yeah,
Highly respected. I loved the guy. Thought he was a great player. I mean, I'm a Carolina guy, but I mean, I still have respect for the guy.
oh
but
of course.
But you miss the guys like you miss seeing guys like him or like kind of stay in that same era, but like Rodney Rogers, and
Yeah.
guys like that stayed 3 or 4 years, and you got to see these guys develop into the players they were, and like you don't see that. You won't get that anymore. There's never going to be another Tyler Hansborough for me.
No.
And I knew he was never going to be a good pro. Like I knew.
No, I mean it goes to a lot of those kids like at Wisconsin back in 2015, right? We knew none of those guys were going to turn out to be worth a shit.
No, but what they were a good team together
Yeah.
in college because what you have is you had I think Wisconsin started 4 seniors that year.
Yep.
At a junior,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 4 seniors and a sophomore, something crazy like that. You're not going to see the only place that you're going to see that now is you're going to see that on mid majors who happen to keep guys together that long.
Right.
Which now with NIL, that's never going to happen either.
No.
Because these guys are, you're not going to see those runs of mid-major teams either stay good.
No, they're not. Because the talent's going to leave.
Yep.
Because at school with more money in their pockets, they're going to come calling for
Yeah,
them.
the outlier is going to be Gonzaga. That's going to be your outlier.
Mm-hmm.
But they're dumping all of it into their basketball program.
Well, yeah.
As they should. As they should.
They don't have a football program.
No, they don't. But why they don't, that's just...
It's going to change.
Yeah,
It's
that's
going to change.
That's a cash cow just waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about
Well,
it
you're gonna-
here.
Well, the thing is, rejuvenating the Pac-12 is going to allow for a lot more income for Gonzaga,
Yes.
a lot of money-making opportunities for the school, which gives them the opportunity to create a football program. Probably not compete in the Pac-12 from the get. I think that would be a mistake.
Now, I think when you bring in a school like that, you have to play at like the subdivision level. They don't let
Yes.
you just jump right into
No, you
D1.
don't. Like, I mean, that's what happened when Coastal Carolina created theirs. I think UConn didn't start a football team until like the mid-90s.
I mean, Charlotte hadn't been around that long.
Right, exactly. So, you're not Division I immediately.
Yeah.
You've got to build the program into something.
Yep. You got to start. You got to start from scratch, and then start from scratch at D1. Ain't the way. It's
Yeah.
not good for anybody.
No, you're going to go over for the first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. You want to come here and lose?
Yeah.
You want to come here and be part of history?
Yeah, it's the wrong side of it.
Yeah, the wrong side of it, my
Yeah.
friend. I'll get more into this once next weekend is over. But yeah, football just has me by the cojones right now. I'm just in.
Everybody should be, right?
I'm
I mean,
just
this
in.
is the time, right? This is what the whole build-up is for.
Yeah, it is 100% what the build-up is for, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I am here for it. What else you got?
Well, this evening, we got the football game, of course.
Yep.
Not a better way to enjoy that football game than with a good feel, right?
Good Fields is excellent.
Yeah, you gotta have the good feels, and your good feels is a cannabis seltzer from GetGoodFeels.com. They offer a new era of refreshment, crafted with high quality natural ingredients. These beverages provide a consistent, enjoyable, uplifting experience, perfect for any occasion. You can enjoy an exclusive discount using Jabbo the Pod in the promo code at checkout.
Yes, sir. I know we're gonna end the show just like we did last week.
It's looking that way.
We just gotta run through the
totally
ads.
forgot all the ads here.
Yeah, I pull the Big Fork brand ad every week, and it sits there at the top of my page, and then we just keep going and going and going. I'm like, but while we're there, I'll talk
we got
about
out of
BigForkBread.com.
we got out of rhythm for a.
We were out for a month.
Yeah, we're out for a month, so it got us out of the rhythm. But tell me about some Big Fork brands and that delicious pork jerky.
Oh, it's the pork jerky. It's the crafted meat sticks. Oh, it is so freaking good. I want to try some of their bacon sausage. I want to get in on some of that. That sounds really good. But Big Fork Brand, they are a Chicago-based company that produces, like I said, bacon sausage, Chicago-style hot dog sausage, which, sounds all right. The crafted meat sticks are the jam, though, for sure. Big Fork Brand has been featured in Food and Wine, Chicago Tribune, and QVC, and it has been praised for bringing bold flavors and unmatched quality. Customers rave about their products, calling them unlike anything else, which everything we have had has been ridiculously good. You use the promo code JabboThePod at BigForkBrand.com for a 20% off discount.
Solid.
Yes, sir.
Get you ready for the weekend. You need some more gear. You know where to go. It's Old Glory. Old Glory offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save with the Jabbo the Pod promo code at checkout.
Is that where you get your new Indiana gear?
You can go suck a dick. You're crazy, son. No way. Absolutely not. Fingers are crossed that there is no Indiana National Championship in football. I don't want to see that gear.
I just can't imagine that, brother.
Right?
Can't imagine it.
They've been bad for so long. They're not even the Kentucky, North Carolina level of like some kind of success. They just suck.
They have never had. This is like the last 2 years is the most success they've ever had. They're the losingest team in college football and Division I football, I think.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
They are bad. I thought Duke might be in there, but they might have built up a little bit over time. But last but not least is Shimmerwood Beverages. They'll go perfect with all the games this weekend. Shimmerwood's an award-winning CBD seltzer combining full-spectrum CBD with natural fruit shrubs, delivering a refreshing, stress-relieving drink that eases tension and promotes relaxation. You can enjoy an exclusive discount using Jabbo the Pod at checkout in that promo code slot.
Ooh. Indiana all-time program record is 534, 715, and 44.
They've tied 44 times?
Yep.
I guess back in the day, they
tied a lot back in the day.
A lot of games could be ended in a tie.
Yeah. Its 715 losses are the most in FBS.
That's wild.
Before the start of 2025. So legit, they were the losingest program in college football.
And they're on the cusp of a national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I remember playing college football, you see Indiana and you're scared, oh, that's a win.
Oh yeah. Oh
Actually, that's a no. Get out of here. I need somebody better.
yeah. Yeah. I gotta get this one. I gotta stack the schedule. That strength of schedule is a B right now. I need it to be at least a B plus, A minus.
Yes, it's gotta
Come
be
on,
up
what's
there.
going on? And as soon as you swap them out for Clemson or something, you're like, there we
There we
go.
go.
That's
That's what I
better.
need. That's what I need. Man. But all right, man. Till next week.
Yeah, man, we got a whole weekend full of football for everybody to enjoy. Get your bets in, We're giving you plenty of time. Hopefully, we will be making out pretty well this week. We don't have a whole lot of games to predict, but these are always the hardest ones.
Yeah, we didn't win the 190,000 from last week.
No, not at all. But at least we didn't lose on the first leg,
No, just a second.
as usual for us.
Yes, sir. Till next weekend, sir.
Yeah, man. Until next week, we'll see you. Keep it
Yep.
easy.